Okay, doing a demo review on Inferno. Anything that I can't explain verbally or draw on the map, I will go into a server afterwards and explain. I will pause the demo every time I have something important to say. Otherwise, I'm going to talk over a lot of the action. And here we go. Starting now. Pistol around. Okay, they're knifing. They're knifing. They're knifing. They're knifing. So this is a match, I guess. Okay, first round is coming up. Looks like they're just doing a standard setup. Normal nades. And Palerma is the apartment player. Pop flash for the hulls, keeping hulls control. You don't have to push out in the situation. You can wait for your teammates to come. It's... do I agree with that? Try to stop the bomb plant. If you got that kill, it might have helped your team out. Stop the plant, gives them time to rotate. But you really need to stay alive in that situation. And that's in that situation, being in apartments, you're more than just a player, you're the distraction. They're going to be worried about you. They're going to be planting the bomb. One person's focused on you. That's going to allow your teammates to come up the side. You don't have to fully commit to an actual challenge. You don't have to challenge to kill the enemy. You can just do that. Just fight as a distraction and wait for your teammates to come. If your teammates can't get the kills at porch side, that's when you need to make a play. But until your teammates are up porch side or attacking from porch, you need to stay alive. It's really important for you to stay alive. If your teammates can't get the kills, it's not your fault. It's their fault in that situation. You did your job by staying alive, distracting, and trying to get a kill with a few pop shots. The flash in apartments, that was good. I think it was well timed. You heard the footsteps coming up porch side. You flashed halls to clear it. You killed the guy that was there. It was clear. You stayed in apartments. I think that was good. Another play you could have done is instantly rotate around to boiler. They knew you were in apartments. They would have been looking for you there. You could have walked to boiler right away. In this round, I don't know specifically what's going on. Looks like some of you guys bought like PT50 armor. You bought nothing. Your teammate has scout. So that like mixed buy and then playing like all sorts of different spots doesn't, your team's not going to win an eco round like that. If you're playing like one guy in apartments, one guy here, one guy like here, why can't I and then like you have like more people, like one person with a scout here or something, and then it's just not gonna work like that. Okay, you need to be together. You need to do something like a stack like this. I don't like the delay that they have. And then put the scouter on mid like there, and then put like one guy in B with like a smoke like here or something. Okay. Next round comes up. You all have USPs, so when you're in this position and your teammates where, like your teammates holding porch from an awful position as well, you've got like you can't help each other. If this enemy pushes you, you have no armor. You're fighting with a USP. Your teammate's at porch. He can't help you. He can't get a trade kill. Neither of you guys are set up to actually help each other for a kill. Neither of you guys are able to like get a trade kill. You can't pick up a weapon. You can't support each other. You can't bait for each other. You can't do any of that stuff. You're basically fighting USP no armor against people with guns, like big rifles or SMGs and armor. So you're not gonna be able, like, if you get a kill, like it's just miraculous. It happens like 10% of the rounds type of thing. Like 1 in 10 rounds you'll get a kill on a guy. That's if you hit your shots and he misses his shots. It's the only way it's gonna happen. So in situations like that, instead of playing like one person at the balcony here and then one person porch side, why don't you do something where you have a guy who's playing in the site like here, who's looking towards apartments like that, and then you play on the apartment balcony like this. And then as soon as your teammates start shooting at the guy coming out at the balcony, that's when you come out and peek him from the side. And that entire time you're peeking towards porch, so they're running into your crossfire. That's a better way to do it. So it looks like, just based off of the pistol round and the two following eco rounds, it looks like you guys play a lot of like kind of solo stuff. Like your teammate's pushing off banana right now. One of your teammates is already dead B, and 3 of you guys are still in A. So this guy's dying banana, and 3 of you guys were still in A that entire time. Like there's no rotation. First of all, there's no like aggressive push middle. Like 3 of you guys could have just come around and just peeked middle to clear it. That didn't happen. Nothing happened. There's no like reaction. There was no response to anything that was going on. Now you finally have a guy come here. You need to get into the site. Okay? You can't hold banana from spawn side. The reason being, once they throw this smoke that they just threw, you can't hold it. So you need to get here. You got here finally. I would have, while this initial smoke was up, I would have crossed and gone straight to the try box. Just immediately. In this position, you could probably get 1 kill. And then fall back. You miss your shots. It's as simple as that. That wasn't like a great position to be in. That's a kind of kill someone crossing the site who's not really expecting you there. And then fall back position, wait for your teammates to come, and then you do the retake. The better position to be in there is once the smoke was up, you should run straight across the site and come into try box. Your teammates won it. I think they were really lucky to win that round. The terrorists had the advantage, the man advantage, the positional advantage, everything. I think you should have been back here when the push came, so that when they pushed in, you were guaranteed to get a kill and delay them as long as possible. You're not really guaranteed that if you're playing from the spools, because if they had smoked you off, you can't get a kill. You can't delay them. If you get a kill, you have to fall back, and then they know exactly where you are. You can't delay them any further. But if they have to push up all the way like this to kill you, and your teammates are rotating spawn and shooting them in the back, that's delaying them. It's exposing them. It's making them vulnerable. So here, you're playing apartments every round as if like they're gonna rush it or something. They haven't done a rush. They haven't come apartments quick. Your teammates are dying banana early every round. It wouldn't hurt if your teammates... One of two things happen. One is you add an additional person to B when you push at the start of the round. Because they're not attacking mid fast, they're not attacking apartments fast. You can stack an additional person banana at the start of the round just to take control of it. Or your B guys need to play more passively. Regardless of the situation though, they're not rushing into apartments. So it's hard to talk about anything like actually productive in that scenario. So just gonna fast forward a bit. Push down B. That's a good play, I think. You know where the last guy is. You don't have to peek him. Now he's got the bomb. You can go back to B. Does he have time? He just barely has enough time. So that peek right there that you did basically just won him the round. I'd be amazed if he loses, if the terrorist loses this round. Yeah. So that peek that you did, you knew the last player was in mid, okay? First of all, your teammate should have killed both of them. He sucks for not being able to do that. When you identified that he was here, you peeking this angle allows him to kill you, take the bomb, and hightail it back to B, okay? What you need to do in that situation is your teammate has a site under control. What you need to do is play from inside the speedway, maybe, spotting for arch, and you can quick rotate to B, or you need to instantly just rotate back to B right away, right from the get-go, and play 1B, 1A. That's the only way that you're going to win the round. Because if he had taken the bomb and gone back to B, like, that's what he did. He killed you and then went back to B with the bomb. But he could have gone back to B with the bomb without killing you. And that's what you have to notice. So that, 3 versus 2 that you guys had, and your teammate had the perfect flank, able to kill both of them, only gets 1. 1 versus 2, like, that's such a hard, like, he has 16 seconds, he has to run all the way back, there's no walking, there's nothing, he has to just run it straight out. You'd hear him anywhere he goes on the map if you're playing in Speedway, and you can rotate quickly to him. And you had no information, you had nothing, you just straight up peeked him, gave him the kill, and then they were able to win that way. So, they went B, you're on eco, you're gonna save the weapons. I think that's a good decision. You have 6 health, 14 health. Good decision to save. Again, your teammates are pushing banana. If your teammates are smoking banana like that, it's not really useful to put an op there. The opera could go walk apartments one round, for example, or peek middle another round. So I don't think playing the opera in the halls like that is necessarily good. Your teammates have an okay crossfire at mid. Again, like, aside from that pistol round where they sent one person halls, they haven't really sent anyone halls. It might not be detrimental to, like, play closer to your teammate on porch, that Scorpion guy. But playing in the pit, you're keeping complete control of the site now after your teammates are dead. Be careful when you peek this guy. I don't know if you saw his head or not. If you don't see him, you don't need to start shooting because it's giving your position away. Oh god, your teammate's gonna die here. Oh, wow. So that enemy fell back from halls. Your teammate, again, okay, he's got an op, so maybe it's a different story. He got the bomb down. Okay. Playing in pit there is good. Now the thing that you don't want to do is if your teammate, like once your teammate's dead at porch side, if you stay like a secret for as long as possible, that's the best case scenario because like you're almost guaranteed one kill. If they don't know where specifically to look for you, you're almost guaranteed a kill. So if you're playing in this part of pit, it's very strong. If they're not looking at you, you can get a kill, and once they know where you are, you can still dance around this object and get more kills. But when they're coming out, okay, when they're coming up these two areas, they've got this spot to clear, this spot, on the balcony, behind the truck, behind default box. Why isn't this working? In the graveyard, in the site behind the site box. They've got so many places to play from. I'm gonna actually go back around and see how you died there, because that's the problem with playing in your actual apartments, is that you're fighting, you're challenging them straight up duel. You don't need to give them that kind of advantage. Like if they have to come out and clear like 20 angles, it's so hard for them to actually do anything. So when you're actually playing in the apartments, you're enabling them to get a free kill. And they're on eco here. They have pistols, no armor. Well, one person has armor. You don't want to give them a reason to get an opening, get a kill, get a gun, get an opening. Okay, so you just straight up push in there. Again, it's not really necessary to push in there. Also, those flashes weren't the best. Like, he can see them coming from a mile away, just like bounce, bounce, bounce. There's two different ways that I like to do it. One is the way that you did on pistol round, where you look up here and do the right click flash. The other is from back here, you throw it, it bounces off here, it bounces off this wall, and then explodes like right here, and blinds everyone. I think Pronex throws it. But the thing is, on this round, your teammates like basically saw that they're on eco. It's better to play from the pit, from where you were that previous round, right here, and just mow them all down as they're coming out the holes. Like, that's probably the best position that you could have been in. Excuse me. So your teammates are calling B-rush. You guys are flanking. Bomb down, everything. Okay. Okay, this is new. Your teammates walk pushing holes. This is okay. So it looks like you got a setup here. On that peek that you did, you kind of like walk peeked around the corner for that guy jumping up. I'll go into the server and show you a few different ways that you can do that. Your teammate just made a huge play there. Huge play. He's feeling it, so he's going for that last kill. That's an overextension, but he was feeling it, so you can't really blame him. Into the hulls you go again. Stop fighting now. Stop fighting. You've identified that they're there. Stop fighting. You can set up your flash. Please don't just raw peek it. Oh no. You're challenging holes way too much. It's a really easy shot for the terrorists because your shadow shows. Wow. It's a terrorist with a good aim only needs one bullet to kill you, and they see you peeking out before you see them, and they see your shadow, so like they're like basically warned that you're about to peek. It's a good position to play for quick spot. Once get the information. Oh, they're in apartments. Okay, you know, I feel like they're gonna do this, or this is where, you know, this many players are, and you call that information for your team, and you back off. But when you keep challenging that, again, you're just giving them an opportunity for an easier kill. I mean, when I say an easier kill, you have to think about, is it easier for them to come out and, you know, check, oh god, check for you to be in, let's slow it down. Oh god, let's slow it down. Is it easier to be on the balcony, in the pit, graveyard? I've just done it again. In this position behind the double stack, behind headshot box, or in that dark corner? Is it better, like, is it harder for the terrorists to come out of the balcony, come out of this small little choke point, and clear all these spots? Or is it easier for them to just come in and kill you when you're just straight up challenging them in a duel? You're completely... My cat just jumped in a box. Anyways, let's go. Essentially, it's easier to kill them coming out of choke point when you have 1 of 15 angles to play. So you don't want to give them that easy kill. This is a good angle. This is a great angle for an easy kill. You miss your shot, simple as that. Your teammate did not need to walk push him there. Now your teammates are full rotating out, just leaving B completely exposed. Why? No, don't be top mid. Why? You guys are falling apart. You guys are falling apart. You just need to stay calm. That guy should have gone like to moto to spot arch. He doesn't need to peek top middle. If he wants to play more passively, what the fuck are you doing? Ooh. They went back to B. Great read by them. You guys are split up way too much. There's a lot of like 1-1-1-1-1 going on. You guys are playing these individual battles. You guys aren't playing as a team. You're not setting up crossfires. You're not setting up bait strats or anything like that. I think that's what the biggest thing here is. The reason why you guys are losing. So that's what you need to fix first and foremost. You should just save this. He's gonna die. Fuck the deagle, just get out of there with your gun. That's most important. Okay, so I think this is a setup that you guys have where one guy walks pushes down and you just hold here. That's a bit better, you're like already up there. The other thing is like if you're what you did there at the start where you're on the left side, he expects you to come from the left from the boiler steps. But if you're on the opposite side of that, he doesn't expect you to be there. The third option would be to be in the window room before he jumps up. Those are the 3 options that you have. So better played there, where you actually quickly peeked him, as opposed to walking out when he was already on the balcony. But in this position, once you knew that you identified they're at mid, you do not have to peek him from that angle. Again, you're giving them an easier... challenge. You're giving them an easier duel. It's easier for them to kill you when you peek them and you're out in the open than it is for them to come up through a choke point and then peek, you know, a possible crossfire that you have going on. Oh, your teammates made too much noise already. Again, you guys are falling apart. You guys are peeking way too much when you don't need to be. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as if you guys played more disciplined, you had the opening kill. Okay, you push into mid, that was good. You had the opening kill over in apartments. You identified that the enemies were mid. You have the information, you have the positioning. That's all you need. Stop, right there. What you did after that was you came here, you peeked, that gave away a kill, that gave away positioning. You had a guy push here. Again, that gave away a kill, that gave away positioning. You had a guy come through here. Just everything. You guys just went one. You can't do that. You had no coordination on it. So when you do something like that with no coordination, that's how you start getting picked off everywhere. And once your teammates see like one person died, they feel like they have to make a play. They have to kind of even it up, and they go and they do a challenge or duel that they shouldn't do, and then they die as well. And then it puts your teammates from a 5v5 to a 4v5 to a 3v5 to a 2v5, and then they're just like, well, what do I do now? So you guys need to stick together more, and you need to stop taking these individual duels. Those are the two main things that I see, which are absolutely ruining anything that you have going on for you right now. This is an eco. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. If you get this guy, you might have a chance at the round. But it's doubtful that you win. I think on this you can aim a little bit higher, so you see where your flash goes, like all the way out there, and it gives the enemy like an extra like, you know, second to dodge it. If you aim, I think it's like up at this like this spec area, or even higher, like here. I think that's where you're supposed to aim it. I'll go into a server though. That's the other flash I was talking about though. Yeah, so you know it, which is good. Okay, this guy right now needs to rotate all the way through and get positioning. Enemy's already in. He's too late. He's too late. That's not a good setup that they have. So the setup they had at B was one person spools, one person spawn. The reason why this isn't good is because the spools guy is the first person taking contact, and I'm just gonna see this round out. Okay, so the spools guy is the person taking contact, which means if he dies, which he's, you know, it's likely to happen because he's straight up challenging the enemies coming in. If he dies, the person in spawn has zero control over the site. All the enemy has to do, throw smoke here, throw smoke here. They have full site control. Okay, so what you need to be doing is, if you have a guy playing spools, you need to be having a guy also in the site. He needs to be tri-box or something. Needs to. It's the only way that you can retain site control after the spools guy dies. Either that, or you don't take first contact from spools. Regardless of that, this is a horrible setup. Reason being, this is a rotation spot. This is where rotators go. Unless you have someone holding the site from one of these positions, playing this spot to hold the site is not good. This is the spot that you need to go to if you're rotating from spawn because you're smoked out. Okay, this is the spot that your A players come and rotate to, okay? This is not where you hold B from, unless you have someone else in the site. It's the only time that you should be playing spools, is if you have someone else in the site. Period. Either that, or if the enemy's already up here and you're rotating to here. That's the only reason why you don't actually move to the site. But if you have this smoked off, cross the site immediately. It's just as simple as that. Okay, so second half is coming up. Coming up playing the side. Okay, you didn't really do much this round, it's all your teammates. And again, it's the enemies just peeking out one at a time and kind of giving you guys the challenges. That duel that they gave you at middle, where you got the kill, that was really good for your teammates. The enemy overextended, and because of that, you guys were able to get into A easily there. So not much to talk about that round. Next round you have Flash Decoy. okay? So you spot one in there. Okay, right here, stopping. I'm gonna stop the demo. Your teammate's walking up apartments, okay? 2 of your teammates are battling at banana, and you're sitting all the way back here. If your teammates need help, you're in no position to help anyone, first of all. So this position here, you're not advanced enough. You're not in an advanced enough position to actually help your teammates. You should either be closer up where you can quickly get to B, or you should be closer to your teammate in apartments. Now that leads to the second point. This guy in apartments should not be this far up. Reason being, 5 enemies alive, you have 4 teammates alive, one of your teammates has 6 HP, okay? If your teammate dies here in apartments because there's an apartment stack, let's say enemies are stacked in apartments in the bedroom or on the right corner here, your teammate dies, it's a 5 versus 3 now, they have his gun, they have full apartment control, they have middle control, your teammates are fighting up banana, they know exactly where you are, and you've wasted all this time already. So him being in this position is really detrimental to your team. You being in this position doesn't help your team at all either. So let's resume. And it pains me to see that he's just walking around up here, because this is the reason that you guys are going to lose the round. Oh my god, he's actually just made it in here. So he's accidentally turned it around. That was probably the highest risk, highest reward round that you could possibly do. So we're just going to fast forward here. There's no way that you guys can lose the round at this point. Kobe just made a huge play. That was a complete accident. Honestly, that was the wrong play. It paid off. You knew the guy was in winter room. That's okay. But you didn't know how many other enemies were there. You didn't know if there was a guy in boiler. You didn't know if there's a guy in bedroom. You didn't know if there's a guy in Nepal's. There were so many positions that the enemies could have been playing in to kill your teammate there, get his gun, and keep possession of the map. You guys got lucky there. It's as simple as that. Same spot, just watching for an apartment push. That's okay. Again, your teammate's coming here by himself. If the enemies push down here, they kill him, they get the gun, they get everything. And this is an angle where like mag 7s and pistols excel at. This is where close quarter weapons just absolutely annihilate rifles. And he's coming in here by himself. No one's able to get a trade kill, no one's able to do anything. So he's just giving up that kill. Enemy has to fall back off of that. You're lucky the enemy's not really doing a good job of playing these ecos either. I think that's like where your main success is coming in. Isolate one side, that's good. You isolate arch, you're gonna go porch. One person should be watching the smoke push through. No one's watching the smoke run through, so there's a player there. 1 versus 2. You guys should still win this round. In fact, in this position, I would have just take the bomb back to B. You know exactly where he is. You can have one person lurk. So you guys again there got lucky. Again, Kobe doesn't need to be coming in through here. So you need to tell him coming in and walking through here by himself is going to lose you more rounds than it's going to win you. I like what you guys did there in terms of smoking off one side mid and then going the other. The problem with this though is you need to have one person sitting here dedicated to watching someone to push through the smoke. You identified that the enemy's on eco round. They have to do something risky. They have to do something ballsy to kind of turn the tides in their favor. They're going to do a risky play that's going to try to get them a cheap win on you guys. And pushing through a smoke is the best way to do that. So someone needs to watch that. Even if they were on gun round, you need to watch that because someone's going to walk push through or flash push through it. So you're going to do an early B take, that's fine. On this, Kobe, again, is screwing it all up for you guys. Reason being, you guys are setting up for a B push, okay? He is going to be the main guy holding for map control. We can see enemies already pushing up, and one person's already rotating towards B. You need that guy to stay alive. Kobe needs to stay alive in that position because he's going to be cutting off the rotations. He's going to be lurking and getting those rotation kills, okay? Without him alive, the enemy has the early rotation on you. You're running into 3 people at B instead of 2 people at B. He's not getting a flank off. There's no option to, once you run into like a brick wall at B, there's no option for you guys to backtrack and rotate all the way back to A. So there are all these issues that you guys run into just because he's dead. So you need him to stay alive in that situation. You guys are an eke around here. Let's speed it up a little bit. You guys are going to do an A bust. Okay. Did your smoke miss or something? Because none of you guys checked for port side, first of all. Secondly, that flash, you need to throw 2 flashes. One that will affect people that are hugging this. Sorry, that was a bad line. This angle, like this. And another flash that will get people holding this angle, like this. But it was an eco round, so it's okay. It's just if you're gonna buy grenades like that and use grenades, if you use them more conservatively and more like precisely, then you're gonna have a lot more success than if you just start launching them wherever you think it's gonna actually affect the enemy. Coming back to B. Stomp in this position again. He needs to just stay alive and not do anything. He does not need to peek. He does not need to do anything. You guys are making the right decision going back to B. He only has 1 flash. He cannot do a fake, really. Doing this is just giving his position away. It's not really faking anything. He's not taking map control. You guys need one thing. You have no nades, so you have to walk in and walk contact on B and get that trade kill. You're doing it right. Okay. So, the one thing that I would suggest differently on that was that you were running in on the left side here, you're hugging this left wall, and you were looking to the left. Okay, if there's an enemy in CT spawn in this position, he kills you. Guaranteed kills you. Okay? What you need to do is people walk in on the right wall, looking to the left, and people walk in the left wall, looking to the right. Why can't I draw another line? Why? Terrorists win. Simple as that. You hug one side, you look the opposite direction. You need to do that on both sides. 2 people walking in, looking side from the right wall. You walking in the left wall, looking CT spawn. You go in slowly, you go in slowly, you go in slowly. Once CT spawn's cleared, you push into the site. You wrap the guy in tri-box. You pinch him in there. What you did, still the right idea. It could have been done better though. But going back to be in that situation was good. I liked what your teammate did. He gave away his position by throwing the flash and getting spotted there. And he luckily stayed alive because the enemy missed the op shot. And then what he did in that situation was he came back to be with you guys. That's the correct decision. So your teammate played it well there. Again, your teammate, oh, he's got lucky there. He's in apartments by himself. No one's there to like trade frags or anything like that. So again, you guys are playing 2 individually, 2 solo. The enemy here pushing through this, he's completely just throwing this round for his team. The enemy in this position is gonna give up B, and you guys are gonna take it from him. Easy peasy. What? So you guys got the kill. You take the bomb site. Done. Enemy made a huge mistake there. Good setup that you have going. Now, you don't need to peek out from there. I don't know what health you had there. Ooh, damn. So what I would do in that situation is I would let the person, your teammate, who is in emo, I would let him take first contact doing this crossfire. Okay? And then I would just sit back here and hide. And once my teammate shoots, that's when I'd peek around the side. Okay? I wouldn't peek before then. The other thing is, I don't like peeking around this side because it's of the angles that you can take, it's the worst. This is a better angle, or peeking through the crack is a better angle. So Teammates are calling you B push. You're gonna rotate around to B. Teammates are all you're all rotating B right now. Okay. Don't need a smoke. You don't need a smoke. It's one enemy. One enemy. No. You don't need a smoke. It's one enemy. Fuck him. 3 versus 1. There's no way he's gonna kill all 3 of you guys. Okay. Just go together. Keep your guns out. Keep your guns out. Simple as that. So his teammate's running straight up mid. No! Oh my god, how is he not getting upped by this guy? Oh my god. Horrible route to take. Horrible route to take. He's running straight up mid. He could have gone peeked from so many different angles. You're an alt mid. You're not watching for the push. He's jumping up. His teammate's jumping into the window. Just everything's falling apart. There's too much individual stuff. When your teammate ran straight up mid, no smoke on mid, straight up like this, and into here. Imagine if if this guy actually shot the guy at this angle, or imagine he peeked out and shot, or imagine if they flash peeked. Like, it's just so many different ways that the CTs could have just peeked out and killed your teammate there. Put him in a horrible position. Then he was jumping up and you were just like in alt mid. I don't know what you were doing or what you were watching, but like, I don't know, it's just, why are you having one person come into apartments by himself? First of all, there's too many angles that CTs can play from, which can basically ruin one player going into the apartments by himself. You need to be doing something with him or for him. So with him would be coming up the stairs with him while he's jumping up the window. For him would be flashing to the window room, molotoving the bedroom, flashing the bedroom, something like that for him. None of those things were happening. Or like spotting the window so he could actually jump up, break the planks. If you're on the balcony at this point here, then you can actually watch for someone to be in window room, but you can also shoot out the planks here so that when your teammate jumps up, he can see into the bedroom clearly. Neither of those things happened. You guys are on eco around again. You guys are just running up mid into the rifles and dying. How have your teammates all died? What the fuck happened? There's nothing to talk about there. I think you made the only play you could make. Just walking out, trying to get some kills and make a play. What the fuck was your team doing? Your teammate actually is in a really good position to win this. First kill he gets is pretty much like guaranteed. Second kill is a 1 versus 1 after that. Okay, never mind. He's not gonna peek. Pros never fake. You've identified there's an offer mid. He's gonna keep peeking this mid guy. Christ almighty. Nice, you got the kills, go fast. Go fast, smoke spawn, go fast. Smoke spawn, you don't have a smoke, go fast. Get into the site, get into construction. Okay, that's good. This guy should save banana and hold the flank. I think pass refuge back here, double emo setup, that's good. One person needs to go try box. Okay, you guys are going into good post plants. Kobe's making a play through the smoke. When you're man up like that, you don't need to. I think that play was acceptable, but it wasn't necessary. You're in a man up situation. Whenever you're man up, you want to keep your numbers. One way to equalize it is for you to make a make a play that gives the enemy a chance to actually kill you. Then they even up the numbers. Then it's easier once they trade all the kills. As a terrorist, when you're holding the site, it's basically a bunch of trade kills. If you win all the trades, so you kill one, they kill you, you kill that guy, they kill that guy, and then you kill the last guy, you win the round that way, just by playing the trades. If you're a man up, you're always gonna, if you play the trades, you'll always win. So you never want to give them a chance to kind of make that up. So here you come B, they're on eco. Should be an easy win for you guys. And 14-14. They're going to your default. Teammates are taking banana control. Horribly. There's like, you guys aren't like doing smokes for the car and flashes of the roof, like one person's flashing for two people to push up. You're not doing any of that stuff. Here, you're walking up. Hold here. Do not do anything until your teammate clears the bedroom. Your teammate needs to clear the bedroom. Your teammate hasn't cleared the bedroom. Your teammate didn't clear the bedroom. That guy pushed out the... He shouldn't have pushed out the bedroom. He should have sat in the bedroom. He made a misplay. Just everything is falling apart here. 15 health. Your teammate's probably going to lose this. Last round. If you're coming here to do a fake, and then go B, you can stay here. You need to stay quiet. Enemies pushing B. If you got that killer smoke spot, and take B, and then you should wait. You should wait. You should wait. You should wait. Unnecessary. No, no, no. Your teammates pressure B. Enemy rotates off arch. Then you walk up arch and kill the rotators that are coming from porch side to arch side. That's how you're supposed to do it. You sit here, and you listen. When you hear this guy, either run this way, you kill him, or this way, you kill him there. You don't go before that. You don't go before your teammates kill these guys and you take the site. Okay. So let's hop into a server real quick and then talk about a few of those points. I'm just going to get the server IP in here. And then I'm going to put in the Archon, and then I'll take a look at it. Okay. Changing it to Inferno.
Let's go.
Okay. So the things that I saw there that I wanted to touch on the most is you fought in apartments a lot and you took this battle. Now, when you do this, your shadow actually extends outwards this way. So before you even peek, like even when you do this, enemy can see you. Okay? When you're in this position here, enemy can see you. Either from them being at this angle and seeing your shadow and then being able to pre-fire you and get that 1 AK 1 bullet off on your head, or they see your actual elbows poke out before you actually see the enemy at all. So if the enemy's just sitting here and you poke out, he's gonna kill you. So the reason that you come here is, one, you come here to throw this flash, okay? So it lands here as opposed to out here, and the way you do this is you aim higher like this. And the other thing is, and then after you do that, you quick peek, and that's it. If you see him, you back off, fuck it. If your teammate's holding porch, you can take this angle's good. You missed your shot last time. I don't know if it's whether to do it's with your reaction time or what, but this angle, it's very easy to get a free kill. Other thing is, you know this flash. I forget how to throw it, to be honest.
Throw in a flashbang.
It's something like that, except I don't know, like no step maybe, or I don't know. Whatever. You did it in the game, so whatever you did, that's what you're supposed to do. What else? When you guys did the walk push, so you had one person walk push here, and then you came into the apartments. One of the things you could have done is like instantly like walked here, and then tried to get into this corner, or tried to get onto the air conditioner. This is a good angle to be in. Other thing you could have done is you could have played here, waiting for the terrorist to actually jump up. And what you could have done even is after you, like, you can see him jump across your screen. What you can do then is just come out pre-firing. Third thing you can do is if your teammate's like holding here, you can actually come into this angle here and just shoot him as he's jumping up. Other thing is you came here off the start of the round a lot. Enemy wasn't even going apartments. What you can do is you can play from over here, listen for apartments, and if your teammates need help at porch, you're right here to help them. And if like the enemies are throwing smokes and everything, you can come here and throw a smoke here, and then just still hold it from here, and just kill them as they're coming out. Teammate needs help, come around the corner and fight. So those are the main points on CT side for you. Now on T side, so when you're here, okay, this is an all right angle. I prefer to come here. The reason being, you can come here and spam out the planks here at the start of the round. That means if you boost up here, your teammates can actually see through here, and then they can clear out the bedroom. Your teammate didn't even clear out the bedroom that one time. That's one thing. Other thing is your teammate keeps walking up, okay? He's walking up against ecos, against whatever. If there's an enemy playing like a stack where they have like a guy in bedroom, they have a guy end of halls, they have a guy boiler even, and bedroom or boiler guy end of halls, and they identify where your teammate is, they peek him, and then they like converge on him. He's dead, gives up the gun, gives up apartments, gives up everything. You need to have two people going in. One thing you can do for your teammate is if you come here, there should be a one of the bricks on the floor. There should be a shadow. I completely forgot where it is. I haven't thrown it in ages since I got banned. I think it's this one, this white brick, and then in between these two bars, if you aim like in the middle of the bar and slightly above center, this should be perfect for a flash to go in. And you can also use this as a Molotov. So if you have a Molotov, just turn my screen off for this. So I have a Molotov now, and this is what it looks like with the Molotov. Same spot, you go to the white thing, you aim in between these two things and a little bit above center, throw the molly in here. This actually gets everyone in the bedroom. So that's one way that you can clear out bedroom completely, entirely, without actually sacrificing any one of your lives. Okay, so the other thing is, beyond that, right, the last thing I guess I can talk about is when you came B, when you're walking in on the left side, you should just be watching spawn, okay? For a guy to peek spawn. Your teammates on here should be walking out, clearing all these angles. So emo, back fountain, walking up, clearing this spot. When you get to the spot here, that's when you guys can burst. You're at like the absolute like end point before like you actually walk into crossfires. Like you don't want to walk out here and have a guy CT spawn kill you. So what you do is you get to this position by walking. Once you're here, that's when you jump a guy across, and then you have this guy peek out like this, and you have the other guy come out and peek as well, and you get like a guy over here, and you have a guy push like this, and he wraps around tri-box, and then you push up this way, and you wrap around like this. That's how you converge on the site. What you guys did was like you were coming this way, and then like you were walking in like this, exposing yourself to CT spawn, and then you came up here, and you were going slowly is fine, like just baiting him out and clearing these things is good as well. But you didn't really have a teammate going around converging from the side, and the way that you initially like entered was the main problem that I saw. But anyways, I think those are all the points that I had for that specific demo, and I hope that helped. I'm gonna look at the